सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Yeah, Sharada Ma, come, sing, bhajan, one bhajan, quick.
Sure, uncle.
Yeah.
आनंद केशवा मुरलीधरा आनंद केशवा मुरलीधरा मीरा प्यारे राधे श्याम वेणुगोपाला आनंद केशवा मुरलीधरा आनंद केशवा मुरलीधरा मीरा प्यारे राधे श्याम वेणुगोपाला मीरा प्यारे राधे श्याम वेणुगोपाला नंद यशोदा नंद किशोरा नंद यशोदा नंद किशोरा जय जय गोकुल बाला जय वेणुगोपाला जय जय गोकुल बाला जय वेणुगोपाला आनंद केशवा मुरलीधरा आनंद केशवा मुरलीधरा मीरा प्यारे राधे श्याम वेणुगोपाला मीरा प्यारे राधे श्याम वेणुगोपाला वेणुगोपाला वेणुगोपाला. हरि ओम.
Hari Om. You sing one song.
राधे राधे मन बोले मन में अमृत रस घोले राधे राधे मन बोले मन में अमृत रस घोले तू ही मेरी आराधना प्रेममयी है तू साधना तू ही मेरी आराधना प्रेममयी है तू साधना तो जो घूंघट पट खोले मन में अमृत रस घोले राधे राधे मन बोले मन में अमृत रस घोले हे राधे जीवन में फिर क्या बाधा है जीवन में फिर क्या बाधा है संग जो मेरे तू राधा है जीवन में फिर क्या बाधा है संग जो मेरे तू राधा है निर्धन का तू धन है राधा निर्धन का तू धन है राधा प्रेम के इस अनमोल रतन को कौन तोलाने तोले मन में अमृत रस घोले राधे राधे मन बोले मन में अमृत रस घोले तू ही मेरी आराधना प्रेममयी है तू साधना तू ही मेरी आराधना प्रेममयी है तू साधना तो जो घूंघट पट खोले मन में अमृत रस घोले हे राधे.
Hari Om. Okay. 1 minute more. Another 6 minutes. You can sing. Sing, sing, sing.
पायो जी मैंने मेरे साथ गुरु वस्तु अमोलिक दे मेरे साथ गुरु कृपा कर समझायो पायो जी मैंने कृपा कर समझायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो जन्म जन्म की पूंजी पाई जन्म जन्म की पूंजी पाई जग में सभी घुमायो पायो जी मैंने जग में सभी घुमायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो रचन खूबे चोर न लूटे खर्चन खूबे चोर न लूटे दिन दिन बढ़त सवायो पायो जी मैंने दिन दिन बढ़त सवायो पायो जी मैंने खेवटियो सतगुरु सत की नैया खेवटियो सतगुरु भव सागर तरयायो पायो जी भव सागर तरयायो मैंने राम रतन धन पायो प्रभु गिरिधर नागर प्रभु गिरिधर नागर हक हक जस जस गायो पायो जी मैंने हक हक जस जस गायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो
Beautiful. Apu, పాడు ఒక పాట ఏమే
Throat ballet uncle. I have some throat.
You shouldn't have shouted that much with my Hmm.
गला ठीक नहीं है इसलिए.
One more, anybody? Shardama, one more, 2 minutes. Jaya can sing.
She can sing.
Oh, okay, next week we know you asked Sharda. Next week Jaya will also sing. She's coming anyway. But yeah, come, sing one more.
If Jaya sings, everyone will run away, uncle.
Huh?
No.
If Jaya sings, everyone will run away.
No.
सब भाग जाएंगे.
Would you like to sing, Jaya ji?
Take uncle.
An offering to Krishna.
No,
Just one second.
only chorus. I'm chorus singer.
Come, quick.
गोविंद गोपाल हे नंद लाला गोविंद गोपाल हे नंद लारा राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला गोविंद गोपाल हे नंद लाला गोविंद गोपाल हे नंद लाला राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला मीरा के नाथ प्रभु मुरली गोपाला, मीरा के नाथ प्रभु मुरली गोपाला, गोवर्धनोधर गोपाल बाला, गोवर्धनोधर गोपाल बाला, राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला, राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला, गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला, गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला, राधे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला, हे गोपाला गोपी गोपाला. हरि ओम.
Thank you. We start. Ooh. सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम्. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. समस्तजनकल्याणी निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगा ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः. सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Yeah. I always start backwards. You know, recently in Heritage Center, we started Upanishads. Upanishads, nobody will take because it's too huge and voluminous. Brihadaranyaka, I started. Then Mandukya. You know, most difficult things. Even the Mahavakyas, the last Mahavakya was Aham Brahmasmi, Brihadaranyaka. Before that is Mandukya. I'm coming in the reverse. You understand? So
Bhagavad Gita also will go reverse.
Bhagavad Gita also will go reverse until 18th chapter, 17th.
1870. That's exactly what I started. Then I forgot why I started. And one more tip for you both. Even though I have this hearing aid, if two people tell me to talk, I can't hear. Hearing aid, it has its own problem. Crosstalk, it can't hear. Anyway, doesn't matter. So that's where I started that. I started from reverse. Just now we chanted Sarvadharman Paritejya Mamekam Sharanam Braja Aham Tva Sarva Papebhyaha Mokshayishyami Masucha. This is called in Vaishnava Sampradayam Charama Sloka. Charama Sloka has two meanings. One is the last sloka of Gita almost. After that, there are only Palasrutis. So, Charama Sloka. It is also Charama Sloka when Vaishnava, somebody passes away, this is chanted in their ears. Right? And this is the summary of Gita. Let us see whether we connect to that. See, whoever he is, If he is living, he has to act, even a sannyasi. Krishna says, the moment actions stop, you are not living. Swamiji puts it humorously. When you stop acting, others around you become active. Others around you become active. So therefore, action is the signature of life. Action is the signature of life. Can there be action without thinking, planning, and all that? They may not be very intelligent, high planning, but some idea is there to start an action. They may not be, MBAs, planning and all that, but any action they have to do, some idea is there. I need food, so go and eat. So thought has to be there. And mere thought, you can't act, because where thought is there, you also have to have a love for what you do. Otherwise also you won't act. Right? So desire is the basis of actions. Desire is the basis of actions. This desire is manifold. Right now, we are a few here having this class. There are others who are having the class. Okay. Supposing you call for a party at your house. In fact, you can't do a party here. You have to go to the downstairs hall because so many people will come. You call one, they'll bring friends also. You call for Geeta class. You call 100, one will come. So desires also vary. And now let us analyze these desires, what they do. If let us take from the example of the man who, after 6, he cannot be without a glass after 6. What happens? He is completely dependent on that. He's completely dependent on that. He's all the time thinking about it. And because of that habit, he creates disturbances for several people, and that rebounds on him. It's not that he escapes, it rebounds on him. You who become a slave to something. I know in clubs, billionaires, they used to be carried by 2 servants to the car, dhoti falling off. Dhoti falling off. So that is one desire, where complete misery for you, complete misery for others. But I told you earlier, without desire, no action. Even this is a desire.
Correct.
So now we are analyzing various desires so that our mind at least thinks on those lines. Desire itself is not wrong. This class itself is a desire. Right? Bhagavan himself started the creation with a desire. Bhagavan himself, first he got a desire. First he got a desire to start creation, then he started creation. Right? You can sit there.
Yeah, I can.
Upanishad.
Yes.
So desire itself is not bad, but where it's invested is makes you happy or unhappy. Again, what is good, what is bad?
It's a matter of perception.
No, that which makes you happy is good. Happy for all times. It's not temporary happiness. A man who takes glass is temporarily happy, but he has to meet several repercussions. Several repercussions. Yeah, something which gives you lasting happiness is good. So, desire itself, first statement, desire itself is neither good nor bad. That which gives you happiness is good. You have to see what type of happiness. It should be lasting happiness. It should be lasting happiness, not momentary happiness.
Nothing lasting happiness. Nothing will last.
We'll come to it. We'll come to it. Otherwise, then why we are wasting our time if there is nothing? You understand? We are analyzing whether there is nothing or something. We are not concluded also. We are not concluded also. So desire has to be there, but that desire should give you happiness. A happiness that lasts. A happiness that doesn't bring after effects, side effects. A happiness that doesn't disturb others, because disturbing others, you will have to pay the price. Anybody, he thinks, I will give him this, I will give him that. You will get it back, number one. Number two, in the very process of giving, you are disturbed. Before you disturb the other man, you are disturbed. Before you disturb the other man, you are disturbed. So therefore, that is what you have to choose. And we saw the example of a man who is addicted in some way or the other. Any addiction. Any addiction. I was Pachpas college student. For me, in those days, now only 2. In those days, 8 cups of coffee I should take. Pachpas college student, 2 hours continuously, 1 class. In between the 2 classes, I jump over the window, go to the canteen, take a coffee and come back. You understand? That's also an addiction. But better than the other addiction. Better than the other addiction. So, anything that makes you a slave to it gives you sorrow. Anything, including your puja. Including your puja or this class. Including your pujas or this class, if you feel without that I can't live, it's a problem. But still you need all that. I will come to that. I'm not in a hurry. Though he said 130 classes, no, I will finish in 40 classes. I will finish in 40 classes. But first class is important because we have to know what we are going to do. So it should be very clear to us. Also, because some of you are new, my classes, you can leave if you want early, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 20 minutes also, because I'll be repeating. But don't miss my first sentence, because every sentence is connected to your life. Every sentence is connected to your life. So my beginning don't miss. Right? So this is the nature of desires. Desire is the basis of creation by God. Desire is the basis of action. You need them. But there are many desires who pull you down, who give you sorrow. There are other desires relatively better, but any desire disturbs, including pujas and this thing. But since you are not used to living without any one of them, better choose the lesser of the evil. That's called Shreyas. The other is called Preyas. All of us, at any given moment, have two options: to choose something that is good or to choose something that is pleasant. One who chooses what is pleasant loses both good and pleasant in the long range. One who chooses what is good in the long range has both good and pleasant. So you have to choose what is good. And what is good is that which gives you lasting happiness. Don't say, I'm doing my duty perfectly. I serve the society. I serve my family. I serve my nation. All lies. You know why? You don't do anything which doesn't give you happiness. So, whatever you are doing, you are only serving yourself. But that's the only way you can be happy. Others are happy by all the time hurting others. They call sadists. The other people are, this is also a problem. Macho is and sadist. Macho is all the time inflict pain on them so that they get recognition from others. That way they are bargaining for love. Stupid. There are others who all the time give pain on others so that they recognize you. So all your actions are motivated by self-interest, and this is what Upanishad says, you must be interested in yourself. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Everything is dear because they give you happiness, and you are dear to yourself. Right? So, the ultimate thing is, I should be happy. I should be happy. Even in our family members, I say, doesn't matter whatever anybody does, you must always be happy. Do that. But it's such tricky one. If you have to be always happy, you can't ignore others. There's a God has built in everything an inbuilt clue. You can't make others unhappy, and be happy. There is another law. I learned it from my students. Many things I learned from my students. A happy man will not hurt another man. You won't hurt anybody when you are happy. So when somebody is hurting you, that means they are not happy. So you have to find out why they are not happy and help them, not get, bitter about them. You have to find out what is their problem. So this way there are always two poles, one pleasant, one good. Ultimately, both give you relative only. One is a substitution. One is a substitution. Then is there some escape? We'll come to that. Let us see. Same thing with duties. All the time do your work because you think you are doing a favor. Without that, you will not be kept at home. Right? And you think, oh, I slog for this house, I do my duty all the time. Otherwise, you will not be kept there. You try to give a facelift to everything. It's not true. There are some people who really do also, but they want recognition. I'm doing so much, nobody recognizes, nobody cares. There are somebody who don't have all that also, do real duty, right? Even that is not a comfortable thing, because what is a comfortable thing? When you don't have an agenda. I want to do this, I want to do that. When your life doesn't depend upon anything, you have no agenda for the next minute, spontaneous living. Spontaneous living. Till then you are not happy. So even that duty, so-called selfless duty, is not the ultimate. You get all clarity only in Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam says even devotees, he classifies into four. One is himsatmaka. That is, he tortures others, he tortures himself. He tortures Bhagavan himself. 18th chapter he says, they in the name of fast, they don't give me food. Bhagavan says that in Geeta. Right? No, he says that. So, himsatmaka, devotee. Another is dambika, show off devotee. Right? Another is a genuine devotee, but still he maintains duality. Bhagavan says, I surrender to you. I am your devotee. Right? Still you are keeping your eye. So I am not complete to you. I surrender to you. Right? Chinmaya Mission also, I don't know where they got this slogan, unto him our best. When you say unto him our best, you still making God obliged to you. You are doing your best to God. Where you can do anything, he only does everything.
Yes.
Unto him our best again is not a it's okay. Everything has a place. In the process, we can accept that. It's not that, but that's not the ultimate. That's not the ultimate. So even in duties, again, there are conflicts. That's the exact conflict of Arjuna. In duties also, there are conflicts. Right? So Bhagavan says, you still keep duality. I am devotee and you. That's not the best. One for whom there is nothing other than me is best. Vasudevaha sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabhaha. 7th chapter Gita. He alone is there. Even when you say I am Brahman, it's not egoistic. Many people think it's egoistic. It's not egoistic. When you say I am Brahman, where am I? He alone is there. That is the meaning. Where am I? He alone is there. In that oneness is seen. There is always fear, agitation. Duality is there. Always fear and agitation. Politics starts when the second comes. When the child is born, first time, see, you can't see child's features for 3-4 months or 5-6 months. But the moment is born, appa polerika, amma polerika. Like father or like mother. Politics start there. Right? Politics start there. So duties are also, okay, you have to choose something, choose the good over the pleasant. Pleasant pulls you down, goods at least helps you to uplift. So actions also like that. Egoistic actions when you do, you're always worried about results. Always worried about results. Always worried about appreciation. I did the class today, Punita's house. I don't know whether they appreciate it or not. I don't know what they thought about it. Hey, how can you be peaceful? What does it matter what they think? Why you should be perfect? Imperfect people have no place in the world. They have to also live. You say you think you are perfect. You to be perfect, you should have been imperfect maybe in the last life. No child walks straight from mother's womb. They have to fall several times before they walk. No child can straight start singing rhymes. They have to, make several blunders before they start chanting. Same thing with all our lives. So why you have to expect to be perfect and expect others to recognize you are perfect? I am perfect, not perfect is not for appreciation of others. Gurudev taught me this. You should not be angry for your own self-respect. For your own, I should not be angry because that's below my dignity. It's not because you should accept me. So bodily actions also, you expect others to appreciate, recognize perfection, no mistakes. Is it ever possible? The best of doctors have done several mistakes. Best of doctors. It happens naturally. Best of drivers. I know one example of a driver, unbelievable. We used to take him every time. First time it started, 10 days all South India, Bhajan group, we took him. He's a Christian, John. Such a perfect driver, he will not make a mistake. We took him several trips. One fine day here, he was killed in an accident. He was going perfectly, but the other man mistakes and hit him in Srirangam. So therefore, there is no question of any perfect action, imperfect action, and foolproof systems. There is nothing like that. Right? So how to act? Again, what gives you happiness, what doesn't give you sorrow? When you act for ego, you are always agitated because you are worried about the results. You are worried about what others think. You cannot have peace when you are working for yourself. When you are working for a cause, not Tamil kasu. காசுக்கு வேலை பண்ணா துன்பம் தான். If you work for a cause, you are happy. Right? Supposing you organize a party here. I said supposing, don't worry. Right? So many details. All that you do with joy. You are not worried about what others think, and all that. Because there, the whole motive itself is giving joy to others. You are not worried. When you are doing business, every minute is a tension. So, where it is egoistic, it gives you sorrow. Where it is concerned with others, it gives you happiness. Where it concerns with others, it gives you happiness. All these we have learned. Why we are not practicing? Because the way in which we have learned, we think it's all for the benefit of others and society. No, that is the only way you can be happy. You have to understand that. The right way only you can be happy. Otherwise, you are putting the cart before the horse. I'm doing for others, rubbish. Your next breathing depends on God, where you are doing for others. Your next breathing depends on God. Especially after the vertigo, right? I go to bathroom and coming back, I verify whether I come back. You understand? So you can do for others. It's all His love, His grace, His protection. So if this is the thing, you have actions, you have desires, you have emotions, you have duties. All of them are twofold and yet not complete. Twofold, yet not complete. So when do I get fullness? When do I feel completely happy? I have to do meditation. I have to master Shankara Bhashyas. I have to master all the Shastras. Have you seen any one of them who have confirmed they got moksha? Have you met them? You have not. So none of them are a guarantee. But there is one thing where every day it is happening to you, where you don't need others' confirmation. Dreamless sleep. That's called deep sleep. Dreamless sleep. Complete happiness. Physically ill, in dreamless sleep, you don't find it. 100 problems, tomorrow you have to go to court, criminal court and all that. In dreamless sleep, it is not there. Right? Fight with somebody, tomorrow it will continue. In dreamless sleep, it is not there. In dreamless sleep, everybody is so happy. That is why they go to sleep, because that is battery charging for the next day's mistakes. You need that charging. That's a state of total happiness. In that, these gradations are not there, these differences are not there. If you do not know Telugu, ask her to translate Annamaya Kirtana, Brahma Mokate. He sings, there is no king's sleep and a beggar's sleep. There is no sinner sleep and saint sleep. Sinner, saint, king, beggar, healthy, not healthy. Oh, everybody's sleep is perfect, beautiful, happy. Right? Is perfect, beautiful. Why? It is at that time you are not conscious of the body. You are not conscious of the mind. You are not conscious of the intellect. All problems belong to the body, mind, or intellect. Body, mind, or intellect. Only one sample, any one of you, give me one sample, a problem that doesn't belong to body, mind, or intellect. Only one sample I want. There is no problem. And in sleep, you are disconnected from all of them. When you sleep, you are not conscious of the body, you are not conscious of the mind, you are not conscious of the intellect. Are you dead? So there is a you which which is not the body, not the mind, not the intellect. Without them, I can be their life. That's why you do ceremonies. Somebody dies, why do you do ceremonies? Because you believe he is there even after leaving the body. Without them, you can be there. Without you, they cannot be there. All problems belong to them, not to you. Any doubt, I will wait. All problems belong to the body, mind, intellect. None to you. Because in sleep you don't experience. And it's the same for all. Right? And the body was not, you were not born with this body. When you were born, you were not born like this. You were born 5 inches or 6 inches, whatever it is, right? After that, his body is misappropriated food from others. You were born with you were not born with this mind. You picked up several things. Your knowledge, you picked up several things. So the body, the mind, the intellect is all a product of external resources. They're not the same, they're ever changing, they're not you. But you, who are conscious of your body at the age of 3 or 4, later 15, later 30, is the same who is conscious of this body now. You didn't change. The one who is conscious of the agitated mind and the peaceful mind is the same. Agitated mind is different, peaceful mind is different. But I am conscious of both. I am the same. One who is conscious of what he doesn't know, what he knows, intellect, is the same. They vary, they grow, they change. You are the same who is in sleep. All defects belong to them, none to you. All belongs to them, none to you. Right? So now what to do? This, I am aware this state is in my sleep, but I am not aware at that time. I only realize after somebody tells, even though every day it's happening, that you are very happy, you even without the body, mind, and intellect, you are living, you are peaceful. You have to come to a Geeta class for somebody to tell you. This is everyday experience. This is everyday experience. So this experience, even though it is in you, somebody has to point it out. You have to understand. You have to assimilate. First, it has to be told, Sravana. Then understand, Manama. Assimilate, Nididhyasana, meditation, reflection. Listen, reflect, and meditate. Meditation is not merely sitting and doing. Meditation is thinking. This is not me, that is me. This is not me, that is me. That is my real meditation. All others are aids, sitting and doing, closing the eyes and all, aids for that. So, there is a you different from the body, mind, intellect. To the body belongs actions. To the mind belongs emotions. To the intellect belongs all decisions, knowledge. In them, there is always a split dichotomy. In you, not only in you there are no differences, the you in you is the same you in all. The experience sleep doesn't vary. The experience in sleep doesn't vary. And that's a peaceful one. But in sleep, we don't know. Why the one who has to know is also sleeping. That is the I is also sleeping. After getting up, relatively you feel, I slept well, I'm happy. That's only relatively after getting up in comparison to this. Now, if I had to experience that happiness which is not punctuated by body, actions, mind, emotions, intellect, decisions, knowledge, duties, if I not to be punctuated by that, I have to experience the happiness of the sleep. It has to happen in waking state. It has to happen in waking state. Therefore, that state of sleeping in waking is given a different name. In sleep, that state is there, but the one who recognizes that is not there. In waking, the one who can recognize it is there. That one is the ego, is the intellect, is the, and that the sees what is common, what is the real me, what doesn't change, what doesn't change is equal. Equal intellect. Equal intellect. Equal is sama. Intellect is called samadhi. It's called samadhi. You understand? So state of sleep in waking state is called samadhi. Principles are same. In sleep, you have disconnected from body, mind, and intellect. In samadhi, in waking state, you have to disconnect from the body, mind, and intellect. I want to sleep. What happens? When you said, I want to sleep, you have disconnected from all your physical, emotional, intellectual activities, go to bed. Continuously thinking, I want to sleep, you can't sleep. After disconnecting from the body, mind, and intellect, you have to drop that thought also, I want to sleep. So when there is no thought, it is sleep. Same thing in waking. Sit first, quietly, calmly, disconnect from everything. Mind will think various things. Tell the mind, I'll pick you up after 10 minutes. Auto suggestion. It works. After 10 minutes. That's what Swamiji says. You go to you leave the chappals at the temple. Chappals are your likes and dislikes. You leave and you go to the temple, you say, I will pick you up the chappals. So in the seat of meditation, you have to give an auto suggestion. Worries, problems, courts, cases, I'll pick up. Right? So you disconnect with this thing. The duties, all disconnect. How to disconnect? Everybody struggles. Everybody struggles. Why? Because they don't know the clue. You cannot disconnect. You want to disconnect with what? With a thought. You want to disconnect with a thought. So the mind alone gets reinforced. Disconnecting is not an act. Disconnecting is to tune to this one who illumines you, who enlivens your body, the life force, because of which you can see your thoughts and agitations, because of which you can see what you know, what you don't know. This life force, see this. Try to first know what is it that makes me see my body, mind, and intellect. The seer in you. That is the subject. Subject is you. Everything object is not you. Body is object, mind is object, intellect is object. You are the subject. See that. See that. Stay there. Try to stay as much as possible. When you see that, stay there. Detachment takes place on its own. Body, mind, intellect. You don't have to do that. When you do this, that happens. Even that is difficult. So, have an Ishtadevata. Ishtadevata. Develop an intimate, continuous, unbroken relationship. When the mind is on him, everything else automatically detaches. And gradually your quality of peace increases. In that state, when you sit, you can easily experience. So first it starts with Saguna Sakara Bhakti. Ishtadevata is a must for all. Develop a personal relationship, continuous. How will you develop? Listen about him more and more. Talk about him more and more. See in your life how many things are happening because of him. Even the worst man who says, I am suffering. Arey, you are living to suffer. That's the greatest boon. You are living to suffer. Right? And when you sleep, he doesn't sleep. If he sleeps, you are gone. He is maintaining your systems. Everything that you need, he has provided. Air, water, space, he has provided. He makes you lift the food, the life here. He makes you put it here. He made an arrangement that it will go through the right canal. If it goes through the wrong canal, you are choked. There are two canals. And it goes to the right place, digested, circulated throughout. What are you doing? What are you doing? Without him, how do you say, I don't know him? When somebody says, I don't know God, it's not that they don't know, they don't want to know. They don't want to know. Because how do you say, I don't know? Because to say, I don't know also, he is there. Even to say that word. So this God is there. This God everybody knows. This God has to be identified and understand this is the real me. Everything else are my gadgets. Or my gadget, body, mind, intellect, family, everything is meant for that purpose. Use them for that. Use them for that. You don't collapse when the mobile doesn't work. You don't collapse when the car breaks down. You don't collapse when there is a water problem, electricity problem. You try to do your best and go ahead. So also when there is a problem in the body, mind, and intellect, don't collapse. Try to do your best and recognize you are the master. You are the master. Right? And then all life is meant for that. If something comes in an obstruction, leave it. Vibhishana left his brother because he was standing against his meeting God. Prahlada detached from his father. Meera from the family. Only then it is allowed. If it's an obstruction for God. Otherwise, no. You have to stick to where you are. Do your duty. Only when it's an obstruction, because the whole thing is meant for that. If there's an obstruction, better detach. If there is no obstruction, this is a responsibility given to you by God. Serve them. Serve them. Okay. So this surrendering all your false values of the body, mind, and intellect, value is dharma. False values of the body, mind, intellect, surrendering at the altar of the right source, the light force in you, the light force in all, whom we call Ishtadevata Krishna Rama, surrendering is the essence of life. I am total happiness. I miss it because of my wrong identification, wrong knowledge. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. Detached from that, attached to this is Sarva Dharman Parityajya. all your values of the body, mind, intellect, leaving mamekam, me, the consciousness, the subject. Sharanam Braja, take shelter in me. Aham, I, Tvam, you, Sarva Papebhya, from all sources of sorrow. Papa means all sources of sorrow. Mokshishami, free from you. Free you from all that. So you have to detach from the body, mind, intellect, attach to God. Know all of them are meant for this. Use all of them for this. That is the essence of Gita. When you don't do this, conflicts come. Arjuna got the conflict. Which duty I have to take? Both duties are correct. He should not kill his own family members. Correct. But as a Kshatriya, he should annihilate adharma. Correct. No, two duties are in conflict. How to do? See what is necessary for godhood. That you have to choose for godhood. That is called Sarvadharma Parityaja, Mamekam Saranoja. Even in duties, clashes, that is what you have to choose. Right? Physical actions, emotions, duties, all should be guided towards that. Otherwise, there will be conflicts. Arjuna had conflict. Krishna has to tell him that this is not the end of it. And he gradually took him step by step, concluded Sarvadharman Parityaja. Started, you are fool. You are having wrong knowledge and suffering. Ashotya Anvasochaha Tvam. That is the first stanza of Gita, though it is 11:2. But Gita starts there. Gita ends in 1866. Sarvadharman Parityaja. You see, both mean the meaning is same. Right? So therefore, Gita is a handbook for us to live a correct life. Gita means song. Where was it born? In the Mahabharata war. Where was it born? In the Mahabharata war. What is it? Everybody excepting 5 people died. Lakhs of people died. 20, 30 lakhs died. Only 5, 7 people survived. And when so much of this thing, song comes, Gita, that doesn't look logical. It's logical because you are seeing there. Bhagavan sees everybody is going to the next level of consciousness. Both Kauravas and Pandavas. It's not only Pandavas. Each one is going to the next level of evolution. So Gita, though in death. And that is why it's not ordinary Gita song. It's celestial Gita, Bhagavad Gita, divine song, because it shows you the true dimension of yours. You are God. And it says, nobody dies, nobody lives. Gurudev's words. Nobody dies, nobody lives. Right? So the essence is all of us have 2 dimensions. One, the visible, the body, mind, intellect, the apparatus. The other, the real me. All problems belong to the body, mind, intellect because they are in transactions. In transactions, there are wear and tear. There are several things. There will be problems. But you should not be count down by them. You should not identify with them like Arjuna did. Krishna said, see the Kauravas, enemy line. He didn't see the Kauravas. He saw Swajanan, Bandhavan, my own people, relatives, therefore suffering. Okay. So that is Geeta. And all of you must have known that this happened. I took for granted and didn't say in Mahabharata war, where Kauravas and Pandavas were facing each other. And then Arjuna suddenly saw all relations, everybody is going to die. So he became nervous and told Krishna. Krishna said, "You are giving all logics." He has the audacity to teach dharma to Krishna. And Krishna said, "You are talking as though wise man, but you are a fool." You are a fool. Because wise people can see the truth. Nobody dies. And everybody, when they are dying, especially in a war, are only evolving, including the Kauravas. Including the Kauravas, they are evolving in the war. So, this message of Godhood for us to recognize has been given to Arjuna, who is confused regarding his duty because his all knowledge was based on wrong knowledge, body, mind, and intellect. He was confused. That's why he was confused. Relations come because of bodily relationships. And Gurudev says beautifully, grief is the language of delusion. Grief is the language of delusion. When he is deluded, grief. That which takes away the grief is Geeta, the song, and that too Bhagavad Gita. That too Bhagavad Gita. It has 18 chapters. Each chapter is called a yoga because that can connect you to God. Every chapter can connect you to God. Yoga is that which connects you. Huge to join. So the first chapter itself is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga, Yoga of Despondency. Because Arjuna was completely despondent, Krishna showed him the way. Every person, if he has to evolve, first he has to come to this state of despondence. He should first know that whatever I have, the way in which I am living life is miserable. I do not know the solution. Till you come to that state, you will not try to inquire, you will not get the answers. You will go on from death to death. It doesn't even say Upanishad, birth to death, death to birth. It says death to death. Right? So the first chapter is despondency because that's necessary, Vishada Yoga. And then the next is complete summary of the Gita, second chapter, Sankhya Yoga. We will see as we grow. We'll start the text next week. Those who don't have the book, you tell him he can get you next week. There are two types of books. One is chapter wise. This is first 1 and 2 chapters. Then third chapter separate and all. That some chapters are club 10 and 11, 16, 17. This is expensive buying chapters because it has word meaning. And the verses are put there with the transliteration. This, all 18 chapters will cost around 1,000 and odd. You can buy each one also separately. 1, 2, you can buy separately. Total about 1,000 and odd. Or you can buy the Holy Gita, but there you won't have word to meaning. And the verses are put down, bottom. Not very comfortable to read, but that will cost you only 600, 700. You decide what book you want because you need a book, because hearing you must go and see. Otherwise, it doesn't help. It's like listening to some stories. If it has to work on you, you have to go, read, contemplate, listen once or twice the recording, video recording. because it's your life. You are living a miserable life. Your values are all wrong. You are God. You are behaving like a dog. You have to reverse it. You have to take it seriously. Right? So books, if you want, you tell him he will get it next class. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamadam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you all. As I said, please remember my class 10 minutes before you can go, because next day I will repeat. But my first sentence is important because it's a connection from sentence to sentence. Don't come late. Don't come late. It doesn't benefit you. You can go early if you want, but be there from the very first sentence. Thank you. God bless you.
ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे